Hey yo, I like why this. 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 I like.
Okay.
He does not know that soft, cuddly thing. One of the things that why I love my mom, and one of the things is that I had that place of vulnerability where I can always turn to my mother, and no matter what this world bring me, a lot of people who knows me will say, "Dave, you're this, you're that, you're great at this, you're great at that," and I tell them, listen, first of all, a lot of things that people see me do and think that I'm just this smart person that does it, I think it's God that blessed me and allow me and give me an opportunity to do that and help me. I got lucky with a lot of it. And secondly, a lot of times when people think I'm strong is because of my mom, where whenever I have those vulnerable times and those weak spaces, I was able to turn to her. And I would go to her and I would sit and I would talk to her. And she would be my rock, right? So she will tell me, no matter what it is, she would look at me and tell me, I'm going to go fight for you. I'm going to do it. This woman, my mother was 86 years old when she passed. My mom at 84, at 82, at 83, talking about she going to fight somebody from, I'm like, Mommy, in my head, I'm like, Mommy, you ain't going to fight nobody. But she was that rock that no matter what happens with me, she was there to give me that encouragement. So you know what happened? I was able to go to her. And at one time I've ever heard my mom said, you cried or anything like that. I would go to her. I could cry. I could just pour out my emotion. I could just be me.
Without being judged. Yeah.
And I would do that. And she would console me. And I would get up and I would go out and nobody would see that. And everybody thinks that, oh, man, you went through that. And, man, you're so strong. I lost that and I had nobody that I can do that. Because one of the things, and I would say to you ladies, it's very important. You have your man, right? And a lot of guys don't know how to articulate this or get it because they're scared. But you have your man, and you have your man, right? When you got to be, every man looks to find a woman that could replace his mom, right? Whether you want to believe it or not. He wants that person that he could turn to, that's going to have his back, that's going to have whatever, without judgment.
Right.
Even when he screws up to the worst.
Absolutely.
If you have your man and your man have a vulnerable time, you should be there for him and give him that support and say, like my mom used to say, I'm going to go fight this person, whatever. When he's not going to let you do that, but he's going to, you give him that. And then after it's all said and done and he screws up with you and did something to hurt you, do not revert to saying, yeah, when you were crying like a little the other day and you were doing this and that, because.
So from a woman's standpoint, there, just hearing from that conversational viewpoint, there's a lot of women that feel like I can be there like your mother, but I'm not going to be your mother. And I feel like a lot of men are actually searching for, like you said, the replacement, but that's not your woman's job.
Well, okay, so I'm happy. This is the point that we can kind of ferret out this, right? All right, so here's the thing, right? So here's the thing, right? As a man, when a man finds a woman, right? So for example, in the Bible it says when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing, right? Here's the thing. When a man finds, because of our emotional needs that we have, right? We go out there, we face a lot of stuff, especially a lot of black men in America.
Yes.
Face a lot of stuff, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
When a woman says, I'm not your man. A man doesn't want you to be his mother in the sense that he don't want you to spank him, right? He doesn't want you to, do certain things. But that man wants you to be his mom in the sense that emotionally he wants you to be there. Now, when a man says he wants you like, or what he's looking for with his mother is never judgmental to him.
Okay. Yeah.
His mother is never wrong in his mother's eyes. Now, I'm not saying, right, because you have some dudes out here that goes out and commit crimes and stuff like that, and they'll have some woman that would support them to the last end with them doing the wrong thing, right? Also, you have to understand, a good mother, like my mother would have done, would say to her man that's doing the crime, listen, I don't want you to do that because I don't want to lose you. See, my mom, whenever I did something wrong, the way my mom approached it with me wasn't that you're bad, you're no good, you're whatever. That wasn't her way of approaching it. I got your back. I'm going to ride with you no matter what. But guess what? What you're doing is going to kill me. Right?
Okay.
What you're doing is going to cause you to be in trouble. It's going to put you in a place where I can't do it, and it's going to kill me. So I'm asking you not to do that. Not because I don't support you. Not because I'm not behind you. I'm asking you not to do that because I don't want to die and leave you. I want to be here for you. And what you're doing is going to hurt me more than it hurts you. That is the tact that my mom had taken with me. So in a lot of times when I do things, I say, yo, I got to make my mom proud.
Yes.
I got to do it. If women understand, because I always say, first of all, in some of the things that I've said in prior podcasts is that all men are cheaters, which is true. Every single man is a dog. Every man that you may meet on the street, just think that you're a dog, right? So a woman will always have to put that in her head that you're getting a dog when you get that man. But I also say a woman, if you know what to do and how to train, see how you get a puppy, you got to train that dog. Just like how you get that puppy and you train that puppy.
But here's the thing, because so I come from dysfunction, just all across the board.
Okay.
And I know the background stories of what creates this quote unquote dog,
right.
The player, the one that's not dedicated. And I've also seen those that are like, okay, I don't know how far back their story goes, but it's like, okay, I started from very humble beginnings and I choose to do something different. What's like where's the middle ground with that?
So I'll tell you this.
Because we can't categorize all men as
we
dogs.
can, and I'm a man, and I'm telling you, no man was born faithful. No man grow up and unless taught can ever be faithful. We are all dogs, and until I'm gonna tell you what. Just like I said before, a man have sex to fall in love. We are chasers. We're designed to procreate. A man can get.
So you just gonna sex your way into love?
No. So there's a difference. See what we call love, right? So let's talk about love, right? And I don't want to jump because we're jumping through a couple of things here.
Listen.
But when we talk about love, right? Love is nothing other than an addiction. That's all love is. A complete addiction.
Okay. In what way?
All right. So I'll tell you this. There was a study that they did, and I saw the peer review on it, right? The same place in your brain that lights up when somebody is addicted to coke, crack, alcohol, whatever, the same place in the brain that lights up and is just so active. It's the exact same place that lights up and is active when people claim they're in love.
I would say that comes from a part of not having something.
No. Here is what love is. First of all, I meet you, right? So like I say, it goes on both sides. It's for men and women. This works for both men and women. I meet you, right? First of all, I meet you, right? And
Hey, David.
Yeah. So I meet you, and then I'm kind of I'm attracted to you, right?
Yeah.
Then I start talking to you.
But what's attracting you to me?
Because men are visual and we are impulsive.
Okay.
I see you, and what's attracting? You have a nice body. You are beautiful. You have a nice shape.
And I don't have no ashy knuckles.
Nice, right? So the first thing in my mind is that I want to feel what she feels like. That's what goes through every man's mind, right?
Wow.
So once you start thinking that, so you start there. We start spending time together. Then I start liking to, because this is where what we call love, how it happens, right? I start becoming a little bit infatuated with you.
Okay.
Right? So I'm like, damn, you know what I would like to, and I start thinking about what I would like to do to you. So every time we meet and whatever, I start thinking more and more of those things. Then I become obsessed with you. Like, damn, I just want it. I can get it. Just like you need a toy. I just want it, whatever.
Yeah.
Then once
like
you get a
toy.
Right. No, like you want a toy, you want a car, you want whatever.
Yeah.
You're just so
something
obsessed with that particular thing.
Okay. Yes.
Then you get, and then now you become obsessed. You're infatuated, then you become obsessed, then now you're addicted. I become addicted to the person.
Like a sport?
More like a sport, like anything you can be addicted to.
Yeah.
So now I'm addicted. So here's the problem where love is concerned, right? When you are addicted to this person now, if you're addicted to coke or crack, you talk to anybody that ever been addicted to coke or crack, it tells you that if I don't get it, I feel like I'm going to die. When you're in what you call love, if I don't have that person or see them, I feel like I'm going to die. I feel like I can't breathe. I feel like I have a problem. When that person is around, I feel like something is missing, right? When that person isn't around, I feel like if I have the person right now and then you withdraw the person from me, now I feel like this withdrawal. No, I got to go get more of that person.
Okay.
And then more and more and more and more and more, I'm there. That's that addiction.
Okay.
You become addicted to the person. That's what we call love. That's what we call love. That's what you
necessarily say so. And from a fellow Capricorn to another Capricorn, really?
Yeah. No, I'm telling you. If you take a crackhead,
I think it depends on, number one, like I said, everything really stems from your foundation. Everything stems from your childhood and the things that have happened way back when really solidifies who you are now. If you choose to
who you are as a person. So
right.
So hold up.
So that type of, I'm thinking, so you're naming somebody that's like, for me, when I hear somebody say like, oh yeah, like if you snatch this person or this person is not around, I feel like that means like, one, you probably didn't grow up with your parents around all the time.
Not true. Because I've been in that position where I have somebody that I felt like I would die without the person, with my both my parents alive and around.
Okay.
And I felt I would die if I didn't have that person.
Okay.
Because I was addicted to that person. It doesn't. So all the other things that you learn are layers on top of who you are, and it builds your personality.
Absolutely.
It builds your character, right?
Absolutely.
That's something different.
Yeah.
They are a primal piece of us
Yes.
as human beings.
Yes.
That's no matter who you are, man or woman, it's exactly the same. So when I say all men are dogs, I mean that's that primal piece of us. When I say, and it's facts, right? When I talk about love, and even the piece of love where you're addicted, regardless of who you are, if you've never been, because some people don't have an addictive personality, right?
Right.
So then some people would not get what I'm saying, because
right.
somebody can take coke and still is a functional person and is not addicted. And if they didn't have it for 1 day or 2 days, they would be fine, because they just don't have that addictive personality. That's not a part of their DNA. And that's something that's a genetic thing, right? Where they can do these things and don't feel. So you'll see those people who are capable to be with a guy or a girl and they don't get addicted to them and they could just move on. Those people don't have that. And if you look at those people's lives, there has been nothing in their life that they have ever been addicted to, because they just don't have that. They don't have that gene. But and that's probably about 1 or 2% of society. Or
maybe they just have enough self-discipline to say, like, this is not
I'll tell
for
you this.
me.
No, I'll tell you this. Self-discipline goes out the window when it comes to, I'm telling you, self-discipline goes out the window when it comes to what's genetic. There are certain things, like I say, we are primal as people.
Yeah.
Right? And there are certain things that's in you as a person, certain things that's in me as a person, that's DNA encrypted in us. And no matter what you do in life, for example, I'll show you this. You take Dr. Dre, you take Puffy, you take any one of these moguls, right? That they been in the studio, they made, great records and stuff like that. You take them and you put them out there and give them nothing. They have nothing except just their raw talent and what's in them. Some way, somehow, they will seek and find and go right back to where they are, because they have that's encrypted in them.
Yeah.
It's not something that can be taught.
Yes.
You will take a guy that you will teach everything that Dr. Dre knows. He would never be as successful as Dr. Dre, because you know why? Dr. Dre would sit in the studio for 20 hours doing that and getting the beat wrong and he spent 20 hours to get it right. And me, if that's not encrypted in me, I stay in the studio for 5 hours, and then say, I'm going home to get some sleep, and I'll come back on it tomorrow. I cannot be successful like that. That's one of the things I say to people. Like in my field of work, I says some people don't even have work ethics, because there's something that work ethics is not something that can be taught. It has to be something that's in you. You have to have the drive to do a particular thing in order to do it. Because if you don't have the drive, no matter how much knowledge you may have, you're not going to have the passion to do it.
You are listening to Livewire Radio 95.7 FM and livewireradio.com.